and that's so funny because promiscuous behavior leads to more abortions. So pretty much when you girls ask for, we need abortions, is what you're pretty much saying. Well, we need to act promiscuous, and we can't act promiscuous, so we're gonna get held down by a baby. So really, you just want to engage in hedonism and sacrifice y'all kids, to go out and party.
Simultaneously.
Kind of like drugs and guns, huh? They go hand in hand.
Yep.
Can't really have one without the other, right? So if we aren't being promiscuous, if we aren't being irresponsible, if we aren't out here making babies that we don't want, then the abortion industry goes out of business.
Yeah, I don't think people understand like how profitable the abortion industry is, because you would know more than anyone else, right? But it seems like a lot of the funding goes towards women who don't want to be mothers versus providing resources to women who want to be mothers.
Oh God, bro. Women who aren't mothers shouldn't even really be able to vote in my eyes. Like, if you ain't contribute nothing to American society, like a kid or a business, then I'm not gonna lie, as a female, you shouldn't be voting.
Isn't that amazing in this day and age where everyone is screaming
At least
about
have some skin in the
equality?
game.
That the mother, when she doesn't want the baby, she can go abort the baby, terminate the pregnancy, and get a pat on the back. But if the man doesn't want the baby, he's labeled a deadbeat and called all type of names, but they always scream about equality.
And I also wanted to touch on this thing here I saw. There are a couple instances, right? I heard about an issue in New York where it's a guy, Dennis Hannon, I believe that's his name. His ex-wife forced the young son to transition from a boy to a girl during their divorce, right? And despite his protests that his son never wanted to be a girl, he had no say-so in the situation.
Hold on, you're telling me the kid never wanted to be a girl and the mom just forced them to become a girl? So pretty much the mom forced sterilized her own kid to get back at her husband. Yo, that's absolutely nuts. Pretty much wanted to ruin his genetic legacy to get back at him. That's what I'm saying. That's why this stuff shouldn't even be on the table, because look what these women will do with it. Bro, I think you have some type of devious way about you just for wanting to get an abortion. There gotta be something devious about you.
And there's another situation in Texas. A guy named Jeff Younger was kind of going through the same situation.
Well, I don't know why people are so surprised, because not only do you not have a say as a man in your child's sexuality or protecting your son from being chemically castrated, you also don't have a say in whether or not your child lives or dies, because there are instances in abortion where the mother may not want the child, but the father does. And guess what? In those instances as well, the father does not have a voice. However, the father is the carrier and the creator of life. See, women don't get pregnant on their own. Every woman has to get pregnant by a man in order to bring forth life. So if they have taken away the voice of a man to have a say in whether or not his seed lives, then what makes you think that man will be able to have a say when it comes to chemically castrating that son?
That's true. Like, let's be real. In America, in this modern day and age, it wasn't because your dad wanted you to be born. It was because your mama wanted you to be born. A lot of y'all know that to be the fact. Some of y'all, only your mama wanted you to be born. But at the end of the day, if your mom had any types of regret, and then if your dad was just fully ready, he done did everything, bro, she can go eliminate you and he'd have no say in it. And I think that's downright criminal. With you. I think it's criminal. I think it's messed up. You're like, oh, well, I don't want to have to be attached to this man for the rest of my life. It was just a one-night stand. Or why are you going around having one-night stands, opening your legs up, giving this to be the opportunity? You're low-key letting this be a situation. So now some random-ass kid, his seed got to die because you're irresponsible, because you couldn't self-sacrifice and put on a condom or get on birth control, which I wouldn't recommend, I'll be real with you. But at least put on a condom or abstain. You ever thought of that?
After you probably survived abortion.
And for those unaware, can you explain what chemically castrating is?
Puberty blockers. I just, to each its own. It's something that I don't agree with when it comes to children, because I've been.
Yeah, because in the puberty blockers, I've heard, allegedly, that they use the same chemicals that they use on pedophiles in prison. So the same thing they use to castrate pedophiles is the same thing they're using to castrate your child.
A child, and I know that as
Allegedly,
children, we
supposedly.
change our minds every 5 minutes. There's no such thing as permanent decisions when it comes to children. That's why we don't allow them to get tattoos. We don't allow them to drink. We don't allow them to do so many things until they come to an age of maturity. But if you do have a young son and he does have a bunch of sisters or girl cousins.
Here's the thing, though. It's crazy in today's age where a kid can change their sex, but they still got to ask their parents for a tattoo. It's like, hey, yo, what you mean? Like, if you're saying he can change his sex, you might as well go ahead and let him get a sleeve at, like, I don't know, 6 or something. Like, you might as well, you might as well all let all the little boys go ahead and get sleeves. If they could be a girl, then go ahead and get a tattoo. Like, come on now.
And you believe that he's feminine because he likes girly things, it could very well just be a phase. Yeah. And so imagine thinking, oh, he's really supposed to be a girl and giving him puberty blockers. And then when he hits 15 or 16, he knows that he's a man, wants a man, and wants to start a family. And then now he got a little shrimp because his penis didn't grow. So, I mean, are we helping our children? Are we damaging them? I mean, even our little girls, when it comes to this whole, gender.
It's so crazy, though. Them puberty blockers work on men. Like a woman, you stomp a girl's puberty, it's not that bad. They'll just continue, to get their, like, breast and all that good stuff. And, yeah, everything will be good. You stop a man's puberty, yeah, that has permanent effects. That's permanent effects. Now, I'm not sure if the female has permanent effects. Make sure to leave a comment below if you know any of them. But I know a man's permanent effect is infertility. Like, you're done. You will never be able to have a kid ever once you go through that surgery. Allegedly, supposedly.
Ideology movement, and let's also mention that this is a Democrat platform. Okay, this is what the Democrat Party represents. I've never in my life seen so many people willing to vote for their own destruction, their own genocide, and the sexuality and abortion of their own children. But even when it comes to little girls, that have to grow up and be women and carry life one day, we just saw not too long ago all over the news that there was a shortage of baby milk, right? I don't know if you guys remember, there was a shortage of baby milk. Well, guess what? Every animal just about on this planet feeds their baby from their breast, except us as humans. That's why we have breasts, to feed our babies. So
and I ain't gonna lie, bro, there's a lot of lazy shit going on in the black community. But when it comes to our mothers, bro, the fact that baby powder ran out, and it was a whole lot of black women that was scared. Whole lot of black, how am I gonna feed my baby and all this good stuff? And I'm just like, so this is how I know majority of y'all ain't shit mothers, because you must be smoking, drinking, or doing some type of drug to where your breast milk is no good, or you overly drink. While having a child that still needs to be breastfed is crazy though. But y'all think y'all good mothers though. Wild. But yeah, it shows that a lot of these women have no self-sacrifice even when they have the kid. That's why a lot of them are taking their kids out the game, because they know they don't got no self-sacrifice. The fact that you can't breastfeed your kid means that you're drinking, you're smoking too much, you're doing some type of illegal drug or a hard drug that you know you shouldn't be doing with your kid around, or with your kid living in the house. Yeah, and when that baby formula run low, your kid gonna starve because you can't produce the milk, or you can't give them healthy milk that you should be able to produce as a mother. That's on you, nobody else.
We're looking at a movement, at an agenda that is telling our young girls to remove their breasts before they even become women. Like, we're not looking at the attack on the lifeline. And that's a problem.
I want to speak about there's not enough, or it's not loud enough, men who want the child, but women go ahead and do the abortion behind their back. There's no legal thing to go for that, or
low key though. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think the best thing is to go by what Trump was doing. Let each state handle it. And if you're a man and you want to make sure that your kid never gets, deleted without your permission, go to a no abortion state. If you're a woman who want to be able to party recklessly and sacrifice kids at your leisure to go out and party even harder recklessly, then go to a state that's let you have your abortions all the way up to the 9th term. All the way up to the 9th month. Hey, it's called Minnesota. where Tim Waltz is from.
Well, that's one of the things that I want to advocate for. I mean, I'm tired of crying about
Bro, for
abortion.
real.
Black women feel as though it's their choice and they want to be liberated by having a choice to execute the very black life that they create. So guess what? I think I need to take a different approach. And this approach is going to be to align with men to make sure that they have a voice and make sure that they have fathers' rights. Everybody is screaming about equality. And as I've said before, if the mother doesn't want the baby, she can go kill the baby, be done with the baby, be looked at as some type of hero or some type of
Facts.
strong woman. But if a man doesn't want the baby, he's labeled a deadbeat, dragged back and forth to court for 18.
Bro, on God, if a woman can't afford a baby, oh, you're trying your hardest. If a man can't afford to take care of his kid, you're a deadbeat dad. It's like, yeah, all the mistakes that, I'm going to be real with you, there's always got to be a higher burden of performance on men. That's just across the board as we see. That's why there's no such thing as equality, because there's always going to be a higher performance. There's always going to be a higher performance expected of the man. That's why when we look at y'all women, sometimes we just be like, bro, y'all lucky low-key, because y'all able to do this stuff and nobody look at you any differently. Like, y'all literally able to take y'all kids out the game 6 months into it. What? And bro, imagine if a man and you gave this man a kid 6 months into it, he says, I don't want to pay for it no more. I'm good. I don't want to be a dad. I'm just good. And they let us do it. Man, I always did say only one of us could be reckless, and it's crazy that they're letting y'all do it. I don't think men should do it either, but let's be real. If men was able to just financially abandon their kids, just like you, I don't know, abandon your kid of his life, then hey, man, we be in a terrible place right now.
Years, he's mandated by the law in the
we are
state
live.
to
We're
take
live.
care of a child that he doesn't want, but the mother gets to abort. And then we don't even give a father the chance to say, I want to keep this child.
Yep,
I helped
HPG.
create this child, because everyone on this earth has a mother and father. All right, let's just be clear. Every life that has been created, every human life that has been created has come from a male and a female. So we're also, when we're supporting the Democrat Party, supporting agendas that do not align with what we know to be normal, and we don't have common sense. Two men cannot make a baby, two women cannot make a baby. This is not hate speech. We are talking just facts.
Yep.
So we're watching platforms, and supporting platforms that.
Yeah, like, bro, in the community where we're watching platforms, supporting platforms that literally tell you, oh, go be gay. As a woman, go be gay. You don't need to deal with a man, or divorce your family. It's all about you, girl. You got to be happy. It's like these days, women are throwing away their families at the starting line. Let's be real. They're not even hopping into the race. And the ones who are in the race, well, look, man, there's girls who will sit through with you, raise kids and all that, and then leave you and think they're I need to upgrade my life. I already put in the work with my kids. I'm like, dog. It's tough out here. It's tough out here for a real man, sadly. Especially if you want a family. Oh, man, it's going to be tough.
That destroy the nuclear family. And at the end of the day, all of us are here because of a heterosexual man and a woman.
I've heard of so many instances where men have clearly stated.
That's what I'm saying. They follow this whole LGBT2 agenda like it's life-giving when it's life-taking. Like, the Democratic Party is at this point a death cult. All it do is unalive babies, it sterilize young boys, and it turns men into women and women into men. It's like, how is this not some type of satanic, demonic death cult at this point? Like, this don't even sound right. Like, bro, they got people out there screaming, "We are God, we are God." Like, they're not even aligned with the Creator. But y'all following these people though. And here's the thing: I know some Democrats who are hardcore Christians who is still following this. It's crazy.
They do not want to have children, right? Now, I understand on their end they dropped the ball in regards to pull-out game was probably a little weak, or they didn't use a condom or something, but they clearly stated they did not want to have a child. And the woman went forth and had the child, right? Now, it's a tricky situation. Like, how would you mediate something like that?
Well, that goes both ways. I mean, you got to put your big boy drawers on and your big girl panties on. If you're out here having sex, we have sex for pleasure, but sex is actually for reproduction. Okay? That's why animals have sex. Like, it's all about reproduction. It's all about the cycle of life. So we're all adults, right? We're not irresponsible, sex fiends here, okay? Nymphos that don't know that when you have, unprotected sex, that you can create a life. So I think the answer is, and how we mediate this situation is we have to make it fair. The kid is here now, right? So once the kid is here, everybody's like, oh, we don't want the kid, send it back. That's what abortion is, right? After the kid is already here, oh, we don't want the kid, send it back. Listen, pregnancy prevention is a real thing, okay?
So I'm saying is like we're allowing people to make irresponsible decisions and be able to walk it back at the risk of another life. It's like I just think that we should let people suffer for their mistakes, low key. Like, why are we over here protecting these irresponsible people when we got the responsible people we need to be taking care of? We need to actually support family. We need to give them, like, I don't know, maybe some tax like relief or some benefits that they can take advantage of as a new family. So maybe these girls won't be so thirsty to throw their kid away. And that's the sad part. There's women out here just craving to take a baby's life, craving it.
If we put as much funding into pregnancy prevention as we put into abortion, abortion would literally go out of business. There are several ways that I know that you can enjoy sex without impregnating someone.
We spoke to Nuri Muhammad. Actually, Darren was there, and we were talking about the topic of sexual discipline, right? And how we need more sexual discipline collectively, and that would kind of reduce some of the familiar issues that we have. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I agree. And if men have to have more value for themselves as women do too. If this is someone that you don't want to impregnate, someone that you don't want to create a life with, why would you deposit your life sperm inside of them? Why would you put your life force inside of someone that you don't want to create a life with?
Yeah, that's crazy, guys. Why are you over here nutting in a girl that you don't see a future with? Like, dog, pulling out is an option. Wearing a condom is definitely an option. Yeah, female too. I'm just be real with you. Why are you like letting a nigga smash that you're not trying to have a family with? Remember, this is for procreation. It's not supposed to be for fun here. So when it stops being fun and starts getting real, I don't think you should be able to walk that shit back. I think you took an action that's a serious action, that's a spiritual action meant for procreation. You was using it for fun. You was using it like a goddamn toy.